Hey everyone, it's Lynn, and tonight we're going to be talking about the comp plan. Thank you guys for joining us. If any of you were just on Leslie's call, it was fantastic. I can't wait to share all the takeaways from that. If you signed up for it and didn't get a chance to actually join us live, definitely get on that recording. Her calls are going to be amazing. If you missed out, I will try to share what I can. I know a lot of us who are on there are going to try and share what we can, but I am no Leslie's on, let me tell you. That woman is a firecracker. So it was a really fun night. But so a while back, back in August, we had talked about getting back to basics. And then we launched the new system. And things got a little wonky, and I got a little off track as we were I always refer to it as playing whack-a-mole, sort of, knocking down the little guys as they pop up. We kind of got away from some of this basic training. So I wanted to get back to that and start talking a little bit about our compensation plan. First of all, just how to look at it, how to read it, and then how to maximize it, and charting your course. I've been using this theme for the week, the idea that you really need to plan out for yourself your time when you're working. Leslie talked about that tonight. It's a choice we all make. And Amanda just made a great suggestion. Y'all might want to mute. I think I can mute everyone, can't I? I don't really know, but oh, look at that. I can mute everybody. Mute. Okay, so I am going to mute everybody right now, and then I will come back and unmute you guys later whenever it's time to chat later. Or maybe I won't mute everyone. I think that's good. All right, cool. So anyway, back to the comp plan. We are going to just walk through, talk a little bit about how you earn money with the Color Street comp plan, and then talk about charting your course to where you want to go. Because again, Leslie talked about this tonight, having that vision of where you want to go and really sprinting to get there is the way we make things happen in this business. So let's get started. I'm going to do a quick screen share here of the compensation plan. And so this is in your back office. Actually, I talked about possibly showing you exactly where. Let's do that real quick first here. So if you look, hold on, still having technical difficulties. All right, so if we go to share, there you are. You know what? Forget that. I'm not going to show you where it is in your back office. It's in your resources section, and you can find it there. There is a compensation plan summary as well as a compensation plan that is fully robust, spelled out, really complicated. I highly encourage you to take a look at that. But it's definitely, I mean, if you're having trouble getting to sleep at night, that's probably a good thing to flip through. But it does give you some information, some definitions. It is a great thing to read through. You absolutely should read through it. But it can be a little overwhelming, especially when you're first getting started. So when we look at our compensation plan, we really have 3 areas where we earn money with Color Street. In selling it, in becoming leaders, and then in becoming executives. There's 3 main focuses there. Now, when we start off in the marketing phase, when you get started, you know that you're earning a 25% weekly retail-based commission. Again, that is paid weekly. Our commissions are run every Wednesday, and you're getting that 25% back. When it shows up in your bank kind of depends on your bank. A couple people are experiencing that right now with the end of month commissions, but the base weekly 25% commission is paid weekly. And that makes an appearance in your bank. So if you have a big party on a Saturday night, you get all those orders in, you're going to have that commission run on Wednesday, because that Wednesday commission run is going to be for everything that happened from the last Wednesday up until through Tuesday at midnight when it's run on Wednesday. So it's great. You're getting paid as you work, which is fantastic. Now, as you sell more and more, you get paid more and more. And you get this enhanced retail commission that you'll see here. As your volume goes up throughout the month, this is calculated at the end of the month and paid in the monthly commission. So once you earn $600, you bump up an extra 3%. So anything from $600 to $1,199 gets that additional 3%. $1,200 to $1,799, that goes up to 5%. When you hit 1,800, it's going to go up to 7%, and at 2,400 or anything on top of that, you're going to get an additional 10%. So when you think about it and you think about the kind of money that you want to make, you can sell a lot of nail strips and make some really good monthly commissions. We've got women on the team, and we've got men on the team as well, but the women seem to be kicking some booty at the top of the pay plan. But we've got women on the team who are selling, $2,500 a month, $3,000 a month. It does happen. They have some rockin' events, and especially this time of the year, when there are so many events happening, people have their houses decorated and cleaned for the holidays. They're more than willing to have you over. People are looking for that great stocking stuffer, for that, nice little teacher gift, for that gift for somebody, maybe that other family that's going to come and celebrate Hanukkah with you or something like that. Whatever it is you're celebrating this season, this can be a great gift for all of those different people in your life. Something for your hairstylist or something, think about all those people that you gift this time of the year. Reach out, to all your customers and see if they need those gifts. And also, what parties are you going to? What things do you have happening? And where are all the places where you could be wearing Color Street? And so getting up to those those enhanced retail commissions is really key. The other part of the marketing phase is our jumpstart bonuses. So when you're getting those jumpstart bonuses, now granted, a lot of that is paid in your in the form of product credit. But product credit is cash in your pocket. If you're able to save on those business expenses when you're just getting your business up and running, that's huge. That you don't have to go back and replenish your twosies without, with your own money. You get to use the product credit for that. And then, of course, if you get to those certain levels where you do get the cash bonuses as well, that's awesome. Now, we're going to talk a little bit about getting into the leadership phase and then eventually the executive phase as well. When you're first starting out, and kind of scroll up here, it can seem a little daunting. And you're like, oh my gosh, this looks really overwhelming. I'm seeing some really big numbers here. How does this even happen? And you're kind of like, okay, well, I'm cool. I'm cool to just sell, I'm making a few $100 a month. I'm good. I just want to pay my cell phone bill. It's all good. But there is so much potential in our compensation plan. And so I just want to show you some of the ways that you're able to grow and build within this. So when you start off as a stylist, your first goal is to become bonus qualified. That is $300 in retail sales per month. I love that our company counts retail volume. I think that that's amazing. If any of you have worked with other direct sales companies in the past, a lot of them count the wholesale value. And so for us, that retail value, that is huge because, that $300 a month, you're getting paid $75 on that. That's great. And it is the minimum requirement to take advantage of all of the rest that our pay plan has to offer. But I'm going to emphasize the word minimum there because it is the minimum that you need to do to take advantage. If you really want to build and you want to grow a business, then you need to be thinking bigger and doing more and getting up into some of those enhanced retail compensation levels. Different people have different goals for themselves. I like to set myself at 1,200. I feel like that's a good number for me, that when I'm hitting that $1,200 a month, that means I'm getting out, I'm reaching new people at my nail bars. I am hosting, enough nail bars a month or doing enough events a month that I'm getting out and reaching new people, because that's how my business grows, is by talking with new people, connecting with new people, networking in different venues. And so that $1,200 a month is usually kind of my benchmark. If I don't hit that, it to me feels like I haven't had the best month, and I may not have as much follow-up to do because I haven't met as many new people. It may just be kind of my VIPs carrying me, because that can happen. Your VIPs are great. This is a consumable product. Your customers are going to come back and they're going to buy. But if you want to build it and you want to grow it, you need to reach beyond and bring new VIPs in and bring new people into your business. So as you start to grow and build and share, never think that it's too early to start sharing the business. There's a great story about someone on the team actually who, she was at a nail bar and she asked about the business, and the person said, well, I'm new and I don't really know that much about the business. And she was like, oh, well, I really want to join this business, so I'm going to find someone who does know. And so she went out and looked for someone else to sponsor her because the woman who was there in front of her wasn't willing to share. And that's just really not fair. If you've got something amazing to offer, you want to share it with anyone who asks about it and anyone who doesn't ask about it. You want to make sure that you are sharing this business with all of the people who are around you. So never think, whether you are just getting started today or whether you've been doing this for 3 months, 6 months, a year and a half, whatever your time frame is, never, ever think that it's too early to start sharing. And never think that it's too late to go back and share with somebody who's been shopping with you for a while. So we're going to look at that first phase, and that is getting from bonus qualified to becoming a senior stylist. That's the first rank in our pay plan, and that is the one where you bring on 2 bonus qualified legs. You have $2,000 in lifetime group volume, and then in that calendar month, your whole team has $1,000 in group volume, and those are the requirements. Now I'm going to switch over to a different screen and show you kind of what this looks like broken out in a graphic. And, there we go. That should have pulled up the senior stylist graphic there. And so when you look at that, this is something Julie put together early on, but you're looking at the requirements here. If you are a senior stylist, okay, that's going to be you here in the blue. You need 2 legs here that are bonus qualified in these red squares right here. And that means each one of these legs has $300 in PV. Now, we talk about legs a lot because you brought someone into the business who isn't really working it, but maybe by chance they brought someone in who is, and that person is growing, well, that's going to count within that leg. So always keep that in mind as we're talking about this, that this does not have to be a direct person to you. It just needs to be somebody within that direct person's leg. So in order to qualify as a senior stylist, you do have to have a personal volume of $300. Those 2 qualified legs each have to have a single person who is bonus qualified as well with that $300 in PV. You need to have accumulated $2,000 as a group. So maybe you've been selling for a couple of months and you've been rocking and rolling, and these folks are new and they're just coming in and getting their $300. Well, as long as you have then the additional to make up that, and the total for your lifetime in Color Street equals $2,000, and then you'll be qualified. And then in that 1 month, you need to have $1,000 in volume between the 3 of you. Again, pretty easy to do when you think about if you're each at 300, that's going to be 900 right there. So it's not too hard as a senior stylist to get that group volume. You just need to be a little bit over the base requirement of being bonus qualified. So once you've got that goal under wraps and you've made it to senior stylist, you need to pull up this next chart, which is the team leader chart. And to be quite honest, I think from day one, we should be talking about this chart. Team leader is a fantastic rank in our pay plan. I feel like team leader is where the magic starts to happen for a lot of people, because team leader, when you look at it, you are up here as your team leader. You need to have 1 leg that includes a senior stylist and then 2 other bonus qualified legs. So again, all of those requirements, you can look back at that chart for senior stylist and just pull it into here. So you have somebody who fits all of those requirements for senior stylist, the group volume, the lifetime group volume, as well as the bonus qualified legs. And then as a team leader, you need to have those 2 other bonus qualified legs as well. But as a group now, you're going to have accumulated $5,000 in group volume over your lifetime with Color Street. So that is all the people that you have brought in to your team, as well as your own personal volume, needs to be at $5,000 for your entire tenure that you've been with us. And then in that month, the calendar month in which you qualify, you need to be at $2,500, but that needs to meet our capped volume rules. And that is the 50% rule. And that can get a little bit complicated for some people. I'm actually going to stop the share here for a minute and come back and talk to you so you can see me. But the 50% rule can sometimes get people, and it shows up in our back office now. You see capped volume. So actually the system is doing the math for us. We used to have to do the math, and we had all these funky calculations that we would do to make sure that we were not missing out on hitting that 50% rule. And it's only applies to the required volume for your team. So if you are a team leader and your required volume for the month is $2,500, what it's saying is that no more than $1,250 for that requirement can come from any 1 leg. So if you've got 3 legs there, and say one of them is super rocking and rolling, it is heavy, it is a $10,000 leg, and you're like, oh my gosh, well, it doesn't matter. As long as you're yourself, your own volume, and your other legs make up 1250 or more, you're cool. You've got everything under control. You've got that capped volume requirement. You just need that capped volume to hit 2,500. Your group volume as a whole could be $10,000, $15,000. But as long as that capped volume is 2,500, you're good. So I can work on some visuals with different people. Different people learn in different ways, and I've had this conversation with a bunch of different people about how that cap volume comes together. Some people do a visual with some pennies. Some people do a visual up on paper. But if you're having trouble understanding cap volume, let me know, and then let me know like kind of how your brain works, and we'll figure out how to make sense of it, because I know that sometimes it can be a little bit confusing. So getting back again to that team leader. This is a rank that, I don't know, I personally love, because not only does it then, get you up into that next level of leadership, and when you look at the pay plan, it's going to be paying out, more on all of these levels. But team leader is where a really important part of our compensation plan kicks in, which is strategic placement. We have an option that once we hit team leader, we are paid at team leader. You need to be paid at team leader in order to retain this privilege. But if you are paid at a team leader or above, and you bring somebody into the business, you sponsor somebody, you have the ability to place them anywhere on your team. So if you're somebody who is maybe, brought 10 people into the business before you hit team leader. So you've got this wide organization where you've got 10 people across, and you hit team leader and you're like, wow, if I bring in another person, you can start to build up those people that you've brought in. And it's just a really amazing part because, to be quite honest, some of us didn't really realize how cool it was when it first came around, when, we first started learning about it, because we had never had this in other businesses we were in. But it's pretty amazing. And even for the people that you're moving, I know some people are like, well, how do people feel about that? And I'm super upfront with people. When I talk to them in the early stages of our conversations about coming into the business, I say that this is a part of our comp plan that we have. This is an advantage for our stylists to, be able to make these placement decisions. And for you, it's an extra level of support. I've got a great example of somebody I brought in last month. I placed on another team. She's getting a ton of support from that team that I may not have been able to give her one-on-one. And I'm pretty excited about that because she's rocking and rolling. So I just, I think that it's a great actually like a really great aspect of our team, not just for us as we're building ourselves up, and we're building our team members up. But, maybe you have somebody who rocks on sales and they're just struggling to recruit. Sometimes giving them giving them that person just lights that fire and gets them out there and talking to people more about leadership and coming into the business. So it really can be a big part of our business plan and can make things happen. So that's where we're going with team leader. And let me go back here for a second to the comp plan. This whole screen sharing thing is a little bit new to me. So as you're pulling up the comp plan again, like I said, here's senior stylist. The pay part I didn't talk about as much, from senior stylist to team leader. But where you jump here is that when you're bringing in a new stylist, you're getting 3%. As long as you're bonus qualified, you're getting 3% on all of their volume of the people that you bring in. They are considered your E1s. It's your first level of enrollment. They're also a level 1 for review, so you're getting 3% on that as well. And then when you become a senior stylist, you get 3% on level 2 as well. When you jump up to team leader, the other big jump of getting to team leader is not only do you get paid then on level 3, but you're also starting to get this E2 bonus. Now, what the E2 bonus is that anyone that you've sponsored in the business, you are now getting that additional 3% on anyone they sponsor. So if you brought in someone who has now sponsored 10 people, you are now getting that additional 3% on all of the people that she has sponsored. And if she gets to a place where she can place people, it doesn't matter where she places them. You're still going to get that additional 3% on those people that she has brought into the business. So not necessarily a cut and dry thing where you are getting bonus of having, 6% on line 1 or 6% on line 2. You start to get into places, people do start to move a little bit. When you think about that, again, you're getting 3% for enrolling someone and 3% for anyone that they enroll. And then additionally, I don't know what I did on my screen, additionally that 3% on level 1, 2, and 3. All right, so let's talk about director, because I know there's some people who have goals of being a director, and let me tell you, it's still possible before the end of the year. That cruise is still within your reach, because we all know that cruise, you've got to be paid as a director at the end of December. There are people in our company who have gotten to director in 2 months. It can be done. It requires some work, and it requires a heck of a sprint. It requires talking to a lot of people, but it can be done. So let's go back now to director. And we're going to go here, director tracking, share. All right, so looking at director. Your director is, again, going to pull in from those previous charts I showed you. So you're looking at having now 4 qualified legs. So you need to have 4 legs that are qualified. 1 of those legs has to be a team leader or above. 2 of those legs have to be senior stylist or above. And the 4th one just needs to be a bonus qualified leg. So looking at pulling in that last chart from team leader, this leg has to meet all the requirements of a team leader. These legs have to meet all the requirements of senior stylist. And then this person needs to be bonus qualified at $300. As a whole, at director, you need to have accumulated $20,000 in group volume over the lifetime that you've been with Color Street. So think about it. Go back, if you hit all your jump starts, you accumulated $4,000 in 3 months right there. You got a couple other people on your team who are hitting all those jump starts, and 20,000 really isn't too hard to get to. And then you need to be at 7,500 for the current month. So yeah, that is a significant jump up from the 2,500 that you needed at team leader. But when you look at the other requirements as well, once you're pulling everybody in, this leg has to have $1,000 to hit senior stylist. This leg has to have $1,000 to hit senior stylist. This one's got 2,500 to hit team leader. You've still got these other people, and you've probably got some other people on your team as well. It's very rare that somebody has this perfect structure on their team. Usually people have others, maybe a couple people who didn't bonus qualify. Their volume still counts. It doesn't matter if they bonus qualified. Their volume still counts. So it's, it adds up quicker than you think as you get up to that $7,500. So when you're looking at getting to director, again, this $7,500 is going to be that capped volume that I talked about. It's automatically calculated in your back office. But again, that is just looking at that 50% rule. So no more than 50% of that $7,500 can come from any one leg in your downline. All right, so I did something here. I put myself back on. There you go. So getting back to the compensation plan again, and I'm going to tell you guys right now, I've already started a Dropbox folder where I have all of these charts. They're already posted on Dream Street Team, but I think for the sake of the fact that I know a lot of people, there are a lot of people who aren't on Facebook every day. I mean, I'm one of these who is on Facebook every day, but I know there are people who aren't. So these are on a Dropbox folder. I've got those there. I've actually started a folder for videos where I'm going to share the video that I made earlier this week and posted, and I've also got some other videos in the works. So I'm going to be working on that Dropbox folder a little bit more and have more resources there to share with you all. And I'll be sending that out in an email to everyone. As we go back to the comp plan, oh, look at that. Now my resources are showing up. Hold on for a second. Too many screens. And they're not sharing the way I want them to. So now going back to the comp plan and taking a look at that. There it is. So now we're looking at the director leg. And the director leg, we did just looked at the director leg. I apologize. Now we're looking at the senior director leg. And getting up to senior director. So you're going to make a jump here that's a little bit different. When you get up to the director leg, we just talked about how you get there. You're going to get now paid on that 4th level as well. And as your team grows, sometimes when you first make director, that fourth leg, you're kind of like, wow, I worked really hard to get here. And that fourth leg doesn't, there's not a lot going on in the fourth leg. But as your business grows and as your team grows, I'm going to tell you, this fourth leg, that becomes what's one of the biggest areas of my business right now, is this fourth leg right here. There's a lot of magic happening in the fourth leg. So again, this is a marathon. I know I talked about sprinting earlier and sprinting to get your business started. But when you think about the long game and how your business grows, you can hang out a director for a while and still have your team growing and still watch your paycheck grow, because you'll see all these levels growing, but especially these third and fourth levels. It's pretty fun as you watch it happen. But eventually, as those levels keep growing, you're going to grow with them, and you're going to continue to recruit, and you're going to be placing people, and you're going to get yourself up to senior director. And your senior director chart is a little overwhelming at first when you look at it, but I promise you, it's just as easy as the other ones to work through. And this is something I do, guys, every month, as I pull out these charts and I figure out where everybody is and how they're going to make their business work. And I talk to them about, where people fit in and how they're working towards their goals. Whether they're a senior stylist, I pull out, I don't pull out the senior stylist chart. I've been doing this a while, but I do pull out the team leader one sometimes, and the director one definitely, and the senior director one as well, to make sure that I see how people are fitting in to the chart. So now you're looking at having 5 legs in your business, and you'll notice this is going up each time. So you're looking at having 5 legs in your business that are qualified. Now we're still looking at 3 of them being really the ones that are growing substantially. So at this point at senior director, you've got to have 1 leg at director. That's this one over here. And this is just, again, that director chart just pulled into here. 2 at team leader, and then 2 additional bonus qualified legs. And so getting to senior director, again, just means continuing to help to build those people in your downline, helping them hit their goals. I mean, it is so true what we say, we rise by helping others. You help the other people on your team grow and build their teams and become leaders and become really awesome leaders who are encouraging their teams and supporting them. That's going to help you grow in the long run. And that's what you're going to see. Your volume requirements are jumping up significantly at this level. So if you'll remember, director, it was that $20,000 in group volume lifetime, and then $7,500 per month to hit and then maintain that rank. Now we're looking at getting to $50,000 in group volume lifetime, and then getting to $25,000 capped volume on a monthly basis. And so having that capped volume, again, that means no more than 20 or no more than 50%. So that comes to $12,500. And coming from any one leg in your business. So it's great, it's good encouragement. It never really happens. I've seen some teams where they're very even and everything's kind of even Steven, but it happens. Like things start to build lopsided. Somebody takes off in this leg and you're still building over here. So, and people can leapfrog. I mean, there's, Kristen got to executive director about the same time I did. And it's great because we actually get to work together and we get to work with each other. And so I actually love it. Like I really enjoy the fact, like she may surpass me. She may beat me to senior executive. It happens and it's all good. But it's just how this business works, and it's how you grow, and it's how everybody around you is growing as well. So that's getting to senior director. When you get to senior director, the payment and the payout for the pay plan is a little bit different. So when you go back here to the comp plan chart, you're going to be looking at now this level here. So senior director, these are all those requirements again. You're still getting everything that you got at the level below. But now you're looking at levels 5 and below, you're getting paid 1.5%. And you'll notice this little part right here where it says from level 5 down to, but not including level 5 of the first downline senior director. And so when you promote someone to senior director under you, you're getting paid down to their 5th line on this 1.5%. So it all, again, some people see that and they're like, well, wait a minute. So I'm not going to get paid on those people if I promote someone? Why would I want to promote someone? Well, you want to promote them because you want to get to this next level where a lot of magic starts happening. It all starts to come out. I remember when I first got to it, and I remember when Kristen first hit this level, and I was like, wait a minute. I'm getting cut off, like I'm not getting paid on these people here and they're doing really well. And I was like, oh, that just motivated me more to get to this level. So executive director, and that's where I am right now. This is, you're looking at 6 qualified legs. We don't have a chart for this one. It gets too big. It doesn't quite fit on the screen or on a piece of paper when you print it off. What typically ends up happening now is I'll print off the charts for the different legs in my group and work through it that way and then piece it all together. So you're looking at having 6 qualified legs. This includes that 1 senior director as well as 2 director legs, getting to $150,000 in lifetime group volume, and then you're getting to $50,000 in capped group volume per month. Now, the magic that's happening in this leg is not only are you getting all of the stuff that you got in all your other legs, including all of those, enroller bonuses, the enroller bonuses, the people the enrolled bonuses, the level 1, 2, 3, and 4 at 3%, the level 5 and below at 1.5%. Now you're also getting a team bonus of 1.5%. So your entire team volume, you're getting paid 1.5% on that. Plus, you're getting an extra $500 bonus, which is why this is kind of like a separate level of the comp plan when they talk about it. There's the leadership phase, and then there's the executive phase, because you're starting to get into some bonuses that are just really bumping up your paycheck. And that's something we all want, right? I mean, we are all in this business to make money. So as we get into it, we're growing more and more and more. We'll talk about it more. If you want to talk offline, I'm actually going to wrap this up because I didn't want to talk to you guys all night, and I want to be able to take some questions from you as well. But if you want to talk more about promoting in executive levels, getting up to these generation bonuses, senior executive, national executive, I mean, obviously, I want you all to get there. I want to get there. This is my goal right now, is to get to senior executive and then get to national, make Julie a Sapphire National, and hopefully even more. So that is my goal. But we can definitely talk more about that. But right now I want to take any questions. I'm going to pull off the share and just come back here. If you have any questions about the comp plan, about what we talked about, please feel free to unmute yourself, and I will answer them. And if, yeah, and all that good stuff. I talked for a while. I need a drink. Sorry.
Hey, Lynn.
Hi, Carrie.
Hey, girl.
All right.
That was a great comp there. I really, I liked seeing it. It's nice to see it and hear it from somebody else. And, it's so stinking confusing at times, just looking at the different levels you get paid at and then trying to explain it. So I just wanted to tell you, I thought you explained it really well. I will say, even at my level now, I still get confused on the cap volume.
Yes.
And so I'd love to hear like how you explain it. You were talking about pennies and this and that, because I do think people are different as far as how they learn. And yeah, I'd love to get that information so I can teach that as well on my team.
Yeah, I will. Let me pull the penny example because I don't want to mess it up, because that wasn't my example. It was somebody else's that was shared with me. So let me pull that and I'll post that separately in a quick video about the capped volume. And then I can, I've seen a couple graphics on it too that I'll post as well, that hopefully will resonate with different people. Because I have, it clicks for me. Like for some reason that, like the cap volume idea, like I have no problem with that. Like that totally clicks. There's other things in the comp plan that don't click at all, but so we all have our thing. So that's why, let me pull the other examples as well and see if that makes sense. If they make more sense for you and for your other team members, I'll share those with you.
Yeah, that's cool. I mean, I'm just thankful that we just have to explain it and not figure it out. I can remember trying to figure it out, and I was like, what? But now it's so much.
I mean, back in the day, the way we used to always explain it to people is that if you take your largest leg out of your business, so whatever that capped volume number is, split it in half. Okay, so if your capped volume number is that, $25,000, split it in half, and it's $12,500. Look at your entire group, and then find your biggest leg and subtract their volume out.
Yeah.
Okay. So take their volume away because they are your biggest leg. If all that's left, your volume and your other legs, add up to more than that 12,500, you're good. Because all it has to do, all it's saying is that, you know, as long as 50% is coming from the rest of your organization and not from that, you know, that you don't have to pull it from that largest leg, then it works. But the way that the system is calculating it now is that it's only pooling what it can match. So your capped volume, so as like, for example, I mean, Kristen's leg is heavy for me. I mean, you guys are rocking and rolling over there. So Kristen's leg is heavy for me. So my volume is always higher than what my capped volume is. So as the other legs of my business are bringing things in, or as I sell, you know, like I had another order today, like it says, okay, well now the rest of Lynne's legs equal this. So I can pull that to match from this large leg.
Yeah.
And it's doing that calculation throughout the month. So it's always pulling what it can match. So when you look at that cap volume, like say your cap volume is at $40,000 and you need to get to $50,000, but your largest leg is at like $75,000, then you know that the money is there. You only have to get half of that from everybody else.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it does make sense. I know I struggled for a long time learning that.
Yeah.
Understanding it. So being able to teach it to my team, you know, is always, it's good that you brought that up because everyone does learn so differently, you know.
Yes.
So, yeah.
So I'll share those visuals and hopefully they'll help.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
Sure. Claire, did you have a question?
Me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Unmuted at the same time.
God. I don't normally do this stuff. Hi, Carrie. I don't.
Hi.
I just
brought Claire on. Doesn't she have such a beautiful voice?
Oh, so I was just going to say, well, I'm glad I said something to you because I got to hear your absolutely gorgeous accent. I love it.
No, that's fine. I said to Carrie, I texted her, I said, I'm not understanding this capped volume stuff.
That's why I brought it up.
I know.
No
I
worries.
need the visuals, to be honest, Lynn. I do need a visual.
And I will get those to you guys. It is absolutely, like I said, it just, hopefully out of the couple that I've seen, one of them will click. And it definitely starts to make sense too, as you start to see it come into play with your people. So as you start to see the numbers and you're like, oh, okay, well, this person has this and this person has this. Now it sort of makes sense.
Yeah. Thank you.
I always feel like things are harder to understand when they're just theoretical. I like to see it in practice.
Yeah, and Claire's so stinking new that she's just focused and running with getting parties set up and sales and all that good stuff. So it's all good things.
That is all good, Claire. We are happy you're here. Welcome to the party.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Carrie, for bringing me on board.
Yay!
Oh, yeah.
All right. Well, if there aren't any other questions, then I will wrap up the recording and post this later in the Facebook page and post it up to YouTube as well for you guys to share with your teams. But thank you all for joining me tonight. I know for some of you,
I do have a quick question.
Earlier, so. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Hey.
Bree, hi.
Hi.
You might have answered this already. I'm so sorry. I jumped on late, but it's dinner time over here on the West Coast.
No worries.
So it's actually funny that I wanted to ask you to clarify, and again, you might have already answered this. If a stylist brings on one stylist and they both BQ, will that stylist earn commission on her one, or does she have to be a senior stylist to earn commission on her downline?
No. So if you are a bonus qualified stylist, you are earning the E1 3% as well as the level 1 3% on that person you brought on. So that just that very first level.
Awesome. So you do not have to be a senior stylist to earn commission.
Yeah, senior stylist actually bumps you up to getting paid on level 2. So yeah, you don't have to, you do not have to be a senior stylist to get paid on that first level.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good question.
So yeah, I mean, that's again, another reason to start recruiting right away. I mean, as soon as you bring someone on, you get 3% on what they sell. Excuse me, 6%. I take it back. 6% because it's an E1 plus the level 1. Sorry. It's not dinner time here. It's like bedtime. So I'm on the East Coast. But yeah, so just a reason to keep on rocking and rolling. and sharing the business. It is never too early to share. Claire, you could go share the business tomorrow and start building the team. I'm
I
telling you.
will. I'm
Yeah, she
definitely
just
going
got on somebody.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Rocking.
She is rocking. Yep.
I love it, ladies. I absolutely love it. All right. Well, if there aren't any more questions, I'm going to sign off. And like I said, I will be posting this to the team page as well as up on I'll probably do it on the private YouTube and send it out to everyone. But if you do have any more questions, please feel free to message me, email me, call me, text me, Marco Polo me, whatever you do. I'm here. So anyway, all right, guys, thanks so much for joining me tonight. Have a good night.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.